regards of the topic about travel and daily routines. This is going to be just a level A2 or a B1. So just allow me 1 second. I'm going to be presenting to you guys the okay. Okay. I hope it's sharing right now. We're going to be learning about the day travel and daily routine. And with that, let me just say, I think my computer is a bit slow, so I'm so sorry if it's not um going down. Let me check. Okay. Okay, I think I passed a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to present you guys the learning objectives of this class. We are going to be learning about the daily routines and the travel grammar. I need you guys to be really attentive because you're going to be able to translate the vocabulary words well related to travel and daily routines between English and Spanish. We're going to be able to identify and apply the simple present tense through the grammar analysis and translation exercises. And we're going to be reading a short English paragraph, answer comprehension questions, and translate key sentences. And I think you're going to be able to write 3 to 5 sentences in English on your own about the daily routine using the target vocabulary, okay? First of all, I need you guys to help me with something. Let me just check. Yes. We are going to be studying the vocabulary, the grammar rules, and practicing translating between English and Spanish. So, first of all, I want to ask you guys, you can answer to me by the chat. Have you guys have ever traveled by airplane? If so, just please raise your hand or type yes in the chat. We're going to be using the simple tense, so I would prefer simple present tense to be used on the answers. So, who wants to participate? Okay, you can write it down or you can speak on a class if you want. Okay, all right. All right, let me see 1 second. This will be the vocabulary list that we're going to be using on this class. We know that there is a larger amount of vocabularies, but I need you guys to be familiar with this as these are going to be the important right now on this theme. And as I say each word, I need you guys to write it down on your notebook or any paper that you have. I will give you this English word, then the Spanish, okay? All right. The first one will be to travel, which means viajar. The second one, the airport, el aeropuerto. The passport, el pasaporte. The hotel, el hotel. The suitcase, la maleta. To wake up, despertarse. To get dressed, vestirse. To have breakfast, desayunar. To take a taxi, tomar un taxi. To arrive, llegar. The ticket, el boleto, el tiquete. The daily routine, la rutina diaria. Con esto quiero hacerles unas preguntas acerca más que nada del about the meaning of the words. I just want to ask you guys, um, what does the suitcase means for you? You can speak on the class or you can let me
Ah,
know on the chat. Yes?
maleta, suitcase es maleta.
All right. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to be giving you some information, some sentences with the last vocabulary. Okay? They're going to be 5 sentences in Spanish, and I need you guys to translate it. I want you guys to make sure that you use simple present tense because this is the prior priority theme of the on the class. So, first is going to be yo viajo a Bogotá todos los meses. Ella lleva su maleta al aeropuerto. Nosotros llegamos al hotel a las 3 p.m. Él revisa su pasaporte antes de salir. Ellos toman un taxi desde el aeropuerto. Too fast?
I can do the
Would it
first one.
be?
I travel to
Oh,
Bogota every month.
okay, yes, it is. Mhm. The second one, you want me to repeat it?
Yes.
Okay,
You can do like one by one.
yes. It would be ella lleva su maleta al aeropuerto. So,
It might be she takes the suitcase to the airport.
mm, close.
Is
There's
it bring?
a word. Sorry?
Is it bring? She brings the suitcase to the airport.
Well, I'm saying ella lleva su maleta al aeropuerto. But the
She
translation,
takes.
It's state, right?
Yeah,
mm,
it's take.
mhm. Okay,
Oh, but you said
yes.
that there was like a, a missing word. She
Uh,
takes the suitcase to the airport, or
yeah,
what is it?
usually
Where is that?
the
Okay.
suitcase, the word the means él. So you will be saying she takes el o la maleta al aeropuerto, not hers. So it would be something like she takes her suitcase to the airport or she carries her suitcase to the airport. That would be the missing word right there, the word su or her, by meaning that she owns the suitcase.
Oh, and you said
But
ella lleva la maleta, o ella lleva su maleta. You said,
ella
right?
lleva su maleta, sí.
Okay.
Yes, yes. We have, nosotros llegamos al hotel a las 3 p.m. How would you say it? Um, you can write it on the chat if uh, you're shy. Mm, okay, that's fine. It means we arrived at the hotel at 3 p.m. Él revisa su pasaporte antes de salir. He checks his passport before leaving. Ellos toman un taxi desde el aeropuerto. they take a taxi from the airport. And usually we can go on with the daily routines, diarias, additionally. And now we're using the present tense. Usually the present tense are meant with the structure. I don't know if you guys know, but the present tense has a rule on it, which will be the S rule on the pronouns he, she, it. Whenever a subject he, she, it is he, she, it, the verb always ends with an X at the S at the final. She carries, he checks, he showers. The most common error is when you do not say it, you say it like you're saying it in singular or plural. Um, Additional to that, we always have something like the frequency and the habit. Works like every month or before going in the evenings indicate that there's an habitual or something that is repeating. That is the usual main core of the simple present tense. It's not used for actions that happen just in the moment, but more on regularity. Um, and some difference between the Spanish and the English is that when the in the Espanol in Spanish you say viajo a Bogotá, the I is implicit. However, in English it's always is a must rule to write it like I travel to Bogota because the sentences wouldn't be able to be understandable if there's no pronouns to mark the word. Um, so yeah, that would be the thing. We have another um theme on the class. This will be another exercise. This is Maria's Travels Day. I'm going to be reading it and I'm going to be asking some questions. So every Monday, Maria wakes up at 5 a.m. because she travels for work. First, she gets dressed and has a quick breakfast. Then she takes a taxi to the airport. She always checks for her passport and her ticket before she leaves the house. At the airport, she puts her suitcase on the conveyor belt and waits for her flight. She usually arrives at her destination in the afternoon. When she gets to the hotel, she unpacks her suitcase and calls her family. Maria loves to travel, but she also misses her family. They She misses her family and her daily routine at home. So I need you guys to translate some sentences from mm, the passage. So I'm going to be posting some sentences from the passage, and I need you guys to answer those. Okay? Let's see. Okay, this will be the one. Yeah, and additional to that. Okay, I think. Okay, yes. I thought my computer stopped for a moment. So, okay, this is going to be very easy. Okay, Sarah, you want to speak? I see you with your hand rise, Rose.
Yes.
So,
That one or what? Which one?
the ones that I just wrote down on the chat.
Okay. Let me see, please. Es que I am in the cell phone. Okay. Eh,
Okay.
I translate that. Yes.
Yes, to Spanish.
Okay. Ella siempre revisa su pasaporte y su ticket antes de irse de la casa. Ella
Okay.
usualmente llega al lugar, al destino, en la tarde.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much for participating today, Sarah. You did great. Um, so yes, I'm just going to be giving you guys more exercises. I don't know if you guys could help me translate this one that I just type in. But yeah, it would be the same as the one in highlighting on the sharing screen. So if you want, you can read it on the chat, but however, I also did it on the translated screen. So who else wants to participate today? Okay, how about um sorry?
In Spanish,
You can
María loves to.
okay, yes.
María ama viajar, pero ella a veces extraña su rutina diaria en casa.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much. It is right. You did well. Besides that, let me just check. It is well writing. Thank you so much for participating in this class. So now we are going to be writing some sentences. Um, we're going to be I'm going to be giving you guys some sentences, and I need you guys to translate it into Spanish. I know that you are a little advanced in that, so I need you guys to help me with this because I really lost my mind, and I don't know if you could help me with this. It is on the share screen. So I'm just going to be giving you 5 minutes. If you need more, you can just tell me, okay? So this 5 minutes starts now. I'm going to be doing a call out at 10. So it starts. Okay, it's only 2 minutes left. Okay, it seems that someone is already answering in the chat. Let's just check. It's Ayari. Ayari. Thank you so much for participating today. Okay, yes, you answered two of them. Let's just say 1 second if everything is right. Mm, okay. Okay, Sarah, do you want to participate?
Yes, teacher. I translate the other three left or just one?
Uh, if you want just one,
Okay.
I. Mhm.
Nosotros llegamos al aeropuerto 2 horas temprano, 2 horas
Mm,
antes.
yes. Yes, I think you guys did it right. Everything's it's to participate. It is still 0 minutes left, actually. So if you want, I can just answer them. They put their suitcases in the hotel. Ellos ponen sus maletas en la habitación de hotel. Siempre reviso mi pasaporte antes de viajar. En este caso, in this case, how we can check, how we can see is that usually there is a meaning of habit in these um, sentences. It sometimes can happen that we have comparative words or adverbs. In this case, there is very most likely to have adverbs because we're not comparing anything else uh, in this type of conversations or sentences. So that means that when I say um, she comes, she comes to her class half an hour earlier than everyone is a comparative sentences. However, if we say she arrives half an hour earlier today, that's a mark of compare of a verb and um, of a verb. So we can continue. And first of all, I just want you guys to ask you some questions on the call on the class. I don't know if you guys understood everything. If you want me to repeat everything, what do you guys think? Or if you want so, we can just do a little exercise. So, um, who wants to share any sentences with them? Just type it in the chat or unmute yourself to do so. It would be very good for me. So, yeah, I need you guys to do a sentence. Any sentence that you want regarding the daily routine or anything that we learned today. So, I will give you 5 minutes to do so. So, I'm going to be waiting for you to answer. Okay, guys, I think we can start sharing our sentences right now. Do you have anything for me? Anything interesting? Mm, okay, so I can start choosing someone from the crowd since I've heard the noise in the back. Um, how about Jose? You can just give me one sentence with about what we learned today on the class. Anything that comes to your mind regarding the daily routine, simple present tense, Uh, okay. We have Sarah. Sarah. Okay, she makes breakfast every day at 8 o'clock. All right. She makes breakfast every day at 8 o'clock. It is a great sentences. Um, okay. He likes wearing black shirts every Friday. That's a very good sentence. We have right now two examples with the S. If we can see, there is just one S. But usually when the mm verb is not regular, usually the verbs, there's two kind of. The regular verb and the regular verb. The regular verb, usually it is with another combination. We can check that there are verbs like go, for example, as Jose says, he goes to the gym at 5 days a week. Yes, these kind of verbs usually tend to end with the es. That is a special word because people used to and tend to forget or yes, forget how to say it. If you're doing it with any kind of um other verb, it should be fine with another pronoun, I mean. But usually you have to always be very uh careful, I would say, yes. Because it is a key word or key rule on the simple present tense. Um, Another type of rule that we have on the simple present tense will be the pronoun, the verb of the adverb in this case, the subject. For example, the pronoun should be the subject. Let me just check 1 second. Yes, the subject, the verb that has the s or es for sheet, and the complement. For example, I wake up at 6 a.m. They arrive at the airport earlier. So these would be the ones that I would say I would tell you guys to be very careful of. You know, thank you so much for participating today on this class. You did very well. Thank you so much for paying attention. I hope you guys enjoy it and that you learn something from it. And additional to that, um, I'm just going to be translating the words or the sentences that you guys gave me. So, for Sarah's comments would be, she makes breakfast every day at 8 o'clock, which will be, ella hace el desayuno, no su desayuno, because it is not saying hers. She says el desayuno cada día a las 8 en punto. O'clock means en punto. He likes wearing black shirts every Friday. A él le gusta vestir camisetas negras todos los viernes. Mi tía habla fuerte. He goes to the gym 5 days a week. Él va al gimnasio 5 días a la semana. We have a special um, word or structure on this sentence because he's not saying he goes to the gym every day. He's saying in another words. There is something that native people that use a lot, that is for habit or things that happen a lot. So, for example, he's saying he goes to the gym 5 days a week. It's like saying él va al gimnasio todos los días de la semana. Él va al gimnasio 5 veces a la semana. No dice qué días, pero dice que son. It doesn't say how many. It doesn't say which days. It says how many days. So we cannot assume that it's any uh, business days, for example. It can be from Monday to um from Monday, sorry, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, uh miércoles on English, Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Wednesday, and yes, those 5 days could be. And I always check the keys before leaving. Siempre reviso las llaves antes de irme. And I think it would be all for today. Thank you so much for participating again on the class. I think you guys did it well, and you were able to do everything that we wanted to do on the class. Thank you so much for attending and for being part of my class for today. It was really a pleasure to have you with me right now. So thank you. Have a nice day and the rest of the week. And bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.